Hey, it's OZChris, and this is OZChris versus Marvel Comics for June week 4, the last week of June. We have the Amazing Spider-Man number 24, the Superior Spider-Man number 8, and War of the Realms New Agents of Atlas number 4. So starting off with ASM, written by Nick Spencer, art by Ryan Ottley, coloring by Nathan Fairbairn, and the cover by Ottley and Fairbairn. So issue number 24, it's setting up the big anniversary issue for issue number 25, which is oversized. Not particularly looking forward to the price. I'm looking forward to the comic itself. It's definitely going to be good. ASM has been amazing so far. So I'm excited to see what 25 has in store, but I'm not particularly happy it's a false anniversary just because it's 25 issues, and the price itself, as I said. But so after the events of Hunted, Peter is enjoying some well-earned time with MJ. Given what he saw during Hunted when he was poisoned by Craven, he wants to cherish every moment he has with MJ. And while this is going on, in prison, Mysterio is going under therapy, talking about having started as a villain, having killed himself, and then being brought back, and these so-called visions of the centipede demon guy, who we actually get a name of at the end. I'm not going to spoil that, but not his actual name, just an alias. But the therapist believes that because only Mysterio saw him, it's just a figment of his imagination. The trauma of having to deal with having died, been in hell, and coming back. The therapist believes Quentin is just seeing a representation of his hell, or what he believes is the thing that brought him out of hell. And while this therapy session is going on, Peter is actually witnessing it as well throughout his dreams as these centipede demon arrives to confront Mysterio. And I'm going to leave it there. That's setting up for what's going to happen, probably helping set up the next year of ASM with issue number 25. So story, 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was good, above average. Nothing kind of too amazing big happened in it, but we do have a name of this villain here. It is interesting seeing what's being set up, leaving more clues to just like, who is he? He knows who Peter is. He knows that Peter is Spider-Man, and he feels like there's a connection between the two, given by what he calls himself. That I found interesting. The issue itself was mainly just a setup issue. It wasn't the best thing ever, but I enjoyed it for what it was. The art and coloring by Ottley and Fairbairn, 4 out of 5. I really like the art and coloring here. A lot of great parts in here, especially when the centipede demon confronts Mysterio. I really like the art and coloring there, and the cover by Ottley and Fairbairn again. 4 out of 5 for that. I like the art. I like the coloring. A simple but good cover. Fear has a new name. We find out what the centipede demon's name is, so it is a very accurate cover. And the main two focus points of this issue being Spidey and centipede demon guy. Very accurate. No false advertising on this cover. It is a good cover. So on to the Superior Spider-Man number 8. This is the end of the tie-in for War of the Realms for this series. So written by Christos Gage, art by Lan Medina, coloring by Andy Troy and Eric Arciniega, the cover by Mike Hawthorne and Maury Hollowell. So the Superior Spider-Man, Otto and the West Coast Avengers help deal with the Frost Giants alongside the Fantastic Four. Otto needs their help and expertise to find a way to access the Bifrost, or at least the Black Bifrost, or at least some way to get around to getting to the Avengers to help end the War of the Realms. He's getting on a lot of people's nerves given his personality, a little bit of his ego. So he gets what he wants. After a slight detour, they arrive at Jotunheim, where they meet the Thor rescue team of Cap, Spidey, Wolverine, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. And Otto tells him, "Well, I can save the world. I can put an end to this. You lot, come with me. Let's follow my leadership, and we can end it." But Spidey just tells him to go home. They don't particularly need him. And as Otto tried to refute with, with superiority comes responsibility. His city is under threat. The people of the world are under threat. He's sworn to protect them. He believes he's the right person for this job. He knows what to do, and if they follow his lead, he's going to be able to fix everything. But Spidey tells him, I've been in a lot of these things. The only way we win is by working as a team. Sometimes that means you're on the front line. Sometimes it means you're getting the Hulk fresh pants. Sometimes you're punching at Thanos, and sometimes you're fighting henchman number 2 in a Chuck E. Cheese. Whatever it takes, you do it, because it's not about you. It's about doing the most good. You trust your buddies, and you trust the plan, and you do your job. And Gwenpool, of all people, the one person that's been annoying Otto the most within this tie-in, is able to talk sense to him, telling him that, but I'll tell you something. I've been paying attention to the red shirts, the background extras, the day players, the people too. Even if the power that be don't think of them that way. If in this whole war all you do is save one guy, you're the most important person in this guy's world. So it strikes a chord with Otto, and he returns with the West Coast Avengers back to California to just rescue the civilians. He realized he doesn't have to be the guy that helps save the world. He doesn't have to take the responsibility off from everyone if he believes that he knows how to fix it, only he can do it. But they're telling him it's a group effort, pretty much. And he realizes this with what Spider-Man tells him and what Gwenpool, of all people, tells him. So he realizes, he doesn't have to be the champion, the number one guy to save the day. He can do whatever it can to save people. And the most that he knows that he can do right now is just save the people of California. His people, as he puts it, the people within, his city and all that, he can save them. Which I found quite interesting, and kind of works well with this whole recurring arc of Otto trying to act, instead of saying that he is a good person, actually showing it. So story, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, that whole overarching arc with Otto trying to prove that he can actually be a superhero, that he is actually a good person. Particularly this issue really showed it well. I was a bit worried because it went back to his whole that he's nothing but ego. He thinks he's superior to everyone, despite the first arc showing that he's moving on from it a bit, but from this until before it reaches the conclusion, it just showed like Otto's just gone back to being his old self, and I was a bit worried that all the work that was done in the previous arcs was gone, but it fixes itself right at the end in a very interesting and well done way, in my opinion, and I enjoyed that. The art and the coloring, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5 as well. I really like the art. I really like the coloring. There's a lot of good moments here where the art and coloring is really good. But here when Otto and the West Coast Avengers attack the Frost Giants, especially towards the end when Otto has that realization and then goes back to California to help people, the art and coloring, and that was really, really good. The cover itself, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. I don't particularly like the way America's face is drawn a bit. it could be just be the distance and it's further back and it's supposed to be kind of angry or grunting expression, so it kind of looks weird how it's drawn. But overall, the cover, I like the art and I like the coloring on that. And on to the new Agents of Atlas, the new Asians of Atlas, the new Agents of Asia. We are Asian, we are so good, pretty much. So, written by Greg Park, drawn by Gang Hyuk Lim, Moy Ah, and Pop Mwan. Coloring by Federico Blee, Andres Moza, the cover by Woo Dae Shim. So, all across Asia and the North Pole, the new Agents of Atlas enact their plan to defeat Sindr and her forces. They're able to succeed with separating her from her dragon, and the martial artists of the teams, and the close combat specialists, as you could say, attack Sindr before Pele arrives. But it's revealed it's not actually Pele. It's actually an Atlas Mizu, kind of a cyborg, an android, similar to the the ones that SHIELD uses. Those robots that they look like real people, but they're actually like cyborgs. I can't remember their names. It starts with like an L or something. It's like life model something, something like that. But they're able to briefly incapacitate Sindr. Sun Wukong sacrifices himself to stop her as well before they send Sindr off back. She heads off to Beijing to punch Captain Marvel, and they continue the fight there, and I'll leave it there. So, story, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. It's kind of average. It was just meh. I don't know, it just felt like it was kind of there. And I don't know, it just I really don't know how to how to explain this. It really was just kind of average, and just randomly, just like Pele is only revealed to be a cyborg here because of something in the end. I'm going to talk about that a little bit anyway, and it just felt like, okay, why? What? Okay, I don't know why that was a thing, but it worked for their plans, and just Sun Wukong just randomly sacrificing himself, and it's supposed to be this, oh no, Sun Wukong sacrificed himself. Problem is, he only has been in this since the previous issue number 3, so any weight to that is gone. Like, he really did not amount a lot to the plot to warrant any kind of like sad expression that he sacrificed himself, for the reader to feel. Didn't really, and I know, it was just really meh. But talking about the end, at the end, when they talk, Amadeus Cho and Jimmy are talking about Pele actually being a cyborg. Cho has this whole, none of us can really trust anything you've ever told us, and just like, where did this come from? Like, where did this, unless there's some kind of story arc in Champions I've been missing out, like, where is this all of a sudden that Cho and, like, the rest of these new Ages of Atlas, we can't trust Jimmy, he's keeping secrets from us, he's lying. It came out of left field. Like, where did this come from? This was not built up within this miniseries. Like, the main overarching, like, theme and arc of this miniseries is Cho trying to be a leader and having people trust him and all that, and trying to overcome his fear of being a leader and stuff like that. Like, this whole, Jimmy is always lying to us, we can't trust him. I don't know where this came from. It seems like it's something they want to set up for this upcoming New Ages of Atlas miniseries, but I don't know, it just came out of nowhere. So the art and the coloring itself, I'm going to give that a 3 out of 5. It was okay. It was average. I will say this double page spread here, I actually did really like. It is a pretty cool looking scene, but overall the art and coloring was okay. The cover, I'm going to give 3.5 out of 5, only because the art and coloring is good. These faces, though, like Shang-Chi, what's I don't know what's. Is it just me, or for some reason Shang-Chi and Swordmaster's faces are literally just the same faces with just slight differences? That's not supposed to be this whole, like, oh, Chinese people look the same, you know, because they're Chinese. No, they do literally look like it's just the same face, but with certain changes to it. I don't know what's going on with Arrow's face, and White Fox looks like she doesn't want to be here. And then we have Nightmare Fuel Cho. Oh boy. But yeah, that's it for New Agents of Atlas. I'm not going to bother with this miniseries. I really do not care. The only thing it just seems to be this team cares about is the fact we are Asian. We are here for Asian representation. Yeehaw. Ka-chow. Really, it's just I do not care. This is from someone who actually is, you know, Filipino, who's, you know, half Filipino, half Asian. I really do not care about this. But anyway, regardless, that is it for those three. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.